Welcome to Storytelling Tarot. My name is Jeida Story, and I'm so excited that you're here with me today. I had to fluff my hair, child. Thank you for joining me in this moment. Let's get a word for the day. Let's see what's going on today. I think I want to ask the spirits what they want us to know, what they want us to remember, and what they want us to there was a third one that was on my spirit. What they want us to know, what they want us to remember, and let's start with those. And if it comes to me, then I'll bring it up. Let's see. What do the spirits want us to? Oh, release. Yes. What do they want us to know, remember, and release? All right. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit. What would you like for the collective to know today? What should we remember? And what are we releasing? I actually feel like I should pull 2 cards for that. All right. Happy Monday. Hi, Mind Your Healing. Happy Monday. All right, let's see what it is that we need to know. King of Cups. What we need to remember. 7 of Cups. And what we need to release. 10 of Wands and 8 of Pentacles. Okay, very cool spread. So what it is that we need to know, King of Cups is showing that we are in a position of spiritual and emotional power and authority. That's really cool and exciting. Hi, Black Butterfly. That's really cool and exciting that we are being shown that we are spiritually intellectual, emotionally intellectual. And that's important. Because so many things will want to try to take our attention, would try to pull us away from what matters to us most. And the King of Cups is that reminder that we already have the tools, the intellect, the emotional and spiritual fortitude to stay with ourselves, even in the midst of everything shifting, changing, and moving around us, right? And so with that, for what we need to remember is the 7 of Cups. And I think what's interesting about the 7 of Cups as a reminder is one that even though we are in a place where we are in a place where we recognize we can come back to ourselves as the King of Cups, 7 of Cups is saying, remember that there is a lot going on. There is a lot of chaos, and there are delusional scenarios and beliefs and stories that we could, if we aren't careful, that we could lend ourselves to, which would ultimately move us off course. Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. And so the 7 of Cups is saying, know that there's always opportunity for confusion to enter in if you are not careful. So the reminder is to come back to yourself. Come back to yourself emotionally. Also, what I'm seeing here about remembering with the 7 of Cups is also remembering that you have options, right? The 7 of Cups shows this person kind of figuring out, all right, should I go here or should I go there, right? There's so many different things that you can kind of tap into that will be beneficial. But listen here, even on this picture here, there's only one cup that is showing the pathway towards water that's refreshing, right? That is moving you along, water that moves, that isn't stagnant. And so being mindful of how you can connect to yourself spiritually and emotionally, that will then inform your intuitive knowing so that you know how to take the next step forward. That is also key here as well. I think also this is a reminder that we don't have to put all our eggs in one basket. The 7 of Cups shows many pathways. So sometimes putting your eggs in one basket is actually counterproductive to what it is that you're trying to do. If you are stuck in one way of doing things, Spirit is actually asking for us to remember to release our grip on that, right? So let's look at what we need to release. We have the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. And that makes sense because the 10 of Wands is the type of behavior that leads to burnout. The Ten of Wands is being burdened and having so much on your back, so much on your shoulder. So I'm going to ask you today, what can you put down? What work, what effort that have you been like kind of like being very forceful and being very almost unrepentant with yourself on? What's the point that you've been trying to force your way through? And how can you begin to say, maybe I need to look at this differently. Maybe I need to make it easier on myself. Maybe I need to change my approach. Maybe I need to tune back into my spirit and into my intuitive knowing that allows for me to begin to move with my spirit and not move under the stress of pressure of performance. Spirit saying you can lay it down now. In fact, suggesting that there's another pathway that you haven't considered yet. So don't be so fixed in your ways today. Don't be fixed in your ways today. Look for opportunities for ease. Look for opportunities for your creative energy, for you to work and co-create with your creative energy today. Look for opportunities to shift your understanding around something that you were so sure was the way. And imagine that weight coming off of your shoulders, off of your body, right? Off of your mind. Yeah, when you let that happen. I'm going to pull an oracle card here. Hi, Sydney. I think I have energy to do two. Yeah, I have energy to do two car pulls, two free car pulls. First two people who claim it in the chat, they go to you. All right, let's get a collective oracle card for us with this in mind. All right, Sydney, I see you. If you have a question, go ahead and drop it. But if not, and Desiree, I see you. All right, they've been claimed. Look at this. So the message here, we have illumination and we have ideation. Illumination and ideation. What did I just say about the divine allowing for you to see other pathways, right? Allowing the light to shine on what else can be possible, on what else you can create, on what else you can be doing. Instead of think of it as there's one way, one path to success. There's one path to love. There's one path to spirituality. There's one path to me getting into my healing journey. Spirit is saying, let the light of the divine in you see more, experience more. Ideation is creative energy. It's not necessarily in the space yet of execution. But it's important for you to dream, right? It's important for you to dream. So maybe this is a day for you to focus on the visions that you have for yourself, that you have for your life. The Ten of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles is like focusing on work and all things necessary. And that's well and good. But what if today you need to be ideating and dreaming? Yeah. Ideating and dreaming. Going within your spirit and allowing yourself to experience the world that you want for yourself. Like, I'm someone who regularly goes into trance, and doing those, like going into trance and meditating and actually allowing myself to walk around in the life that I'm desiring for myself helps me when I am working towards my goal. It helps me to focus on what I need to focus on. So that might be something that's helpful for you today as well. All right, so I'm going to do a couple of free readings for Sydney and for Desiree. Drop your questions if you have them. Sydney's question is, in general, por favor. They already got me about love yesterday. All right, general reading for Sydney. All right, what's the word for the day for Sydney? Uh, Sydney, you got the Lovers and the Five of Wands. The Lovers and the Five of Wands. Hold on just a moment. How can I help you?
Hands are dirty.
Okay, can you wash your hands? Yeah. Go wash your hands with soap, please. It's my little one. Okay. You got the Lovers and the Five of Wands. It's interesting that you were just talking about love because it seems I don't know if you are resistant to it, if you are fighting it, if you are just like psh, whatever. When it comes to the dating pool, like you don't have to compete. You don't have to compete for love. You are set apart already, and so maybe they do want you to focus on your love life right now. It's important for you to just remember that you are set apart, which means that you are different. And if whatever differences are, I pulled out my playing cards, and that Ace of Diamonds came out, which could speak about a stroke of luck, a stroke of luck. So you may find that there is, it's interesting. Yeah, you may find that you are going to have a stroke of luck, in this. Yeah. All right. Yeah. With the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Clubs. Yeah, this could be some people in your life vying for your attention. So don't be surprised if you start to feel or become sought after. You know, we don't have to apply gender here, but I don't know. I see people around you for sure, and something about these people coming around feels really. It feels. Yeah, it feels good. The Five of Wands I know can be a card that speaks to difficulty sometimes. Sometimes there could be a little jealousy there. But I don't know. Part of this could be you trying to determine what it is that you want in romantic relationships. Like if you are, yeah, as I said that, the Six of Diamonds. I love that because it's talking about you being on the right track, but it's also like you and the values that you set. So what I was about to say was like, are you how many lovers and friends are you open to receiving? How because you could have many suitors, some of them simultaneously. So I don't know if you are interested in polyamory, and if you are, then there may be some things to work out within yourself. But I think that there's opportunities for people to come into your life, and if you want that, I see that being a possibility for you. Um, but what I was saying about you being different, um, I also get the sense that you will be seen by these people as well. Yeah, yeah, I feel like you will be seen by these people. Um, hmm. Particularly because it looks like there could be some shared values that you have with these people. I don't know, Sydney's. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of giving that. It's kind of giving. Prepare yourself for what could be coming in. Anything else? I'm gonna leave that where that is. You say you're interested in learning in polyamory. Yeah. So okay, since you are confirming that, I'm gonna tell you what I was about to say. Because the five of wands can be a preparation. It's a training card as well, and so there might be some internal things that you need to work through. Like, oh, how would I be? How do I want to be in relationship with if there's more than one person, or if I'm really digging somebody and they already have a partner or partners? Um, what's the value set that I need to have? What's the barometer for safety for me? Like what are my boundaries that I have set in place that's going to allow for me to experience safety in my relationships and these polyamorous connections? And that's kind of what I feel you kind of like moving through that. And so I would say, yeah, if you're studying that, that's what it's giving. Ashe. And then I have Desiree, how do I heal from burnout? That's a beautiful question, Desiree. How do I heal from burnout? I'm gonna start with a couple. I'm gonna do some playing cards, and I'll also do some tarot. Thank you, Spirit. How does Desiree heal from burnout? You gotta bring some. I just see people: Jack of Diamonds, King of Clubs, and Queen of Clubs. So you, I see you're a very hard worker. I see you're a very hard worker, and you may have people around you who work as hard, but it seems like you're going to actually need to bring somebody in who's going to help you. So I don't know where the help will come in. So I don't know if it's like, for instance, maybe it's somebody who can help you with household chores, somebody who can help you with executive function, like things that you need to actually get done in your home. If you are hiring an assistant or bartering with someone. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you. I let my hair out today. But this is indicating a helper, somebody who is going to help make sense of things, because you need somebody who's going to share the burden with you, as the People's Oracle would say. Somebody who's going to share the burden, and that's really what's here. You you gotta delegate some things. You can't do everything by yourself. You gotta delegate. You got to prioritize. Remember, the message from earlier today was, what do you need to put down? How are you pressuring yourself? I'm not saying that work is not hard. I'm not saying that life is not hard. But there are some things that perhaps you see. You got another card. This is okay. Definitely asking for your ancestral support for sure. But what people can you call in? Who are your community members? How can they show up? And how can you relinquish control so that they can show up? Sometimes if I can insert myself, sometimes it's a me thing. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I need so much help, and then people will offer help, but I sometimes have a hard time releasing the thing, like, oh, ooh, let me, you know. And so y'all know that I've been saying a lot lately. Sweetness is the standard. And so if sweetness is the standard, then I need to allow myself to receive the sweetness. Even if that means it won't look or be the exact way that I would do something. But you have all these people showing up in your cards. And so I'm wondering, like, who's there, who's available, who's willing to pick up something that it may be too much for you to carry right now. And can you let them have it? Yeah, hold on. The card slid away from me. Okay, I saw you. You are really tired. You really tired. It was seven of clubs. But I lost it. There it is. Seven of clubs. So I see you working really hard, and this is lending to burnout for sure. But I think the answer is going to be in your people. It's going to be in your community. Let's pull some tarot. You are so welcome, Sydney. I know you're grateful. You have a hard time asking for help. I get it, but I see people though. The first four cards were straight people. So you have people who's in your household, who's in your community, who's online, right? Online community even. Hey, Imani. I know they're not in the chat, but tell them I said hey. I love how y'all love each other, by the way. Made some tea for Imani. All right, Spirit. What additional advice can we offer to Desiree for healing burnout? Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Death. Yeah, you just got to put it down. Knight of Swords, that's somebody who's like off to the races, right? This feels like your energy, just like doing everything here, there, and everywhere. But the Two of Pentacles shows a lot, and also is giving like you need to prioritize. So again, that message that I just shared at the beginning, really take that in. Allow for the options. I talked about options, and you have 4 court cards here. Consider the options. that you have available. But ultimately, death card, you're gonna have to dead some things. You're gonna have to say no to some stuff. You're gonna have to like give less. Give less because you need to heal. Like you said, I'm so glad you used the operative word heal. To heal, to heal, to heal. You have to stop the trauma, right? It's like you have to stop the bleeding. So if you cannot heal if you have a bruise on your hand. You don't heal it by constantly traumatizing it, right? Like if you continue to, it's only going to cause more pain, and you're in the healing process cannot begin because it's still taking the hit, so to speak. And so death card is like there's something you just have to stop doing. And so prioritizing is going to help. Knight of Swords is also like, can also be a card of focus. And like, again, I said, this is not the day to necessarily execute. Today is a day for you to focus on the vision. I said this earlier, sometimes I meditate and I live in the life. I see myself doing the things that I would like to do, that I would prefer to be doing rather than what I'm doing right now. And then I try to align my life to that picture that I see. And so what is the vision that you can maybe write down? Prioritize. Maybe if it's just 3 things today that you do, and maybe it's 3 things that you delegate. Maybe you don't do all the laundry in one day. Maybe you spread the laundry out a little bit every day. But something you gotta call in your community. You gotta call in help. You gotta call in, if you have a therapist, if you have a coach, if you have something. But yeah, you're gonna need to stop the bleeding and move towards something that's going to help the healing process begin for you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Particularly if you have something that you have like overcommitted on, it is okay. I know it don't always feel good, but if you have to go back and be like, I know that I said I was going to do this thing, I can't, I don't have it. That's hard. That's really, really hard. But sometimes you have to take yourself back. Sometimes you have to say no. It's especially hard when we've already said yes, but you are always at choice. So if you have to go back and say no, oh, yes, a new therapist tomorrow. Hallelujah. I'm happy for you. Yeah. Working with that therapist, I think I hope will be supportive. May it be a great encounter together. May y'all do good work together. And may you remember that you are a choice. You can choose for yourself what you need. Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. All right, y'all. Yeah, definitely will be difficult, but my healing depends on it. It sure does. Because you have a whole life to live. You have a whole lot to do. You have a whole lot to do. All right, my loves. I think we are clear for today. Thank y'all for showing up. I hope that this was helpful. Share this video. That's something I don't ever say, but share this video. If it was helpful, if the collective read was good to you and you think somebody needs to hear it, share this video. Let people know that I'll be coming on here and giving a quick little word sometimes. I'm not always long-winded, but share this video. Be good to yourself. And remember, sweetness is the standard. Love y'all. Bye.